Welcome back. We are going to continue in our Lord of the Rings playthrough series. This is episode number 2. Today we're going to go through the scenario, Journey Along the Anduin. We just made it through Mirkwood, fending off the spiders, so now let's continue our journey. To the river, journey along the Anduin. Emerging from Mirkwood Forest with an urgent message for Lady Galadriel, you must now make your way south along the Anduin River in order to reach the Forest of Lorien. As you leave the forest behind, you notice that you are being pursued, and thus quicken your pace. Setup. Each player reveals one card from the top of the encounter deck and adds it to the staging area. So we'll do that here in a second, but first we need to draw our starting hands. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And remember, we're playing on a difficulty between easy and normal, so I'll go ahead and give each of my heroes a resource. We have Ranger Spikes. This is really good with this scenario. Darren's Runes, going to allow us to have some card draw. Blood of Numenor, which is going to allow us to spend a resource to boost our defense. Ranger Provisions, it's going to allow us to get more resources as locations are revealed or are explored. Unexpected Courage, we've seen this one before. It's going to allow us to ready an attached hero. And Ancestral Armor, which gives a character +2 defense and +2 hit points, which we're going to use on Gimli to give him 4 defense and 7 hit points. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing Steward of Gondor, so I'm going to shuffle, and hopefully we'll get a better card draw. Alright, the deck has been shuffled. So 1. This is going to allow us to have card draw and add a resource to a hero's pool. 2. Northern Tracker. He's really good with this scenario. 3. A Forest Snare. I love seeing that here early on. 4. Blood of Numenor is going to allow us to boost our defense. 5. A Darren's Runes. And 6. An Unexpected Courage. That's not terrible because I got Forest Snare, which is going to be very helpful here early on. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and reveal one card from the top of the encounter deck and add it to the staging area per the mission. We have the Brownlands, 5 threat. After the players travel to the Brownlands, place 1 progress token on it. So that is a lot of threat in the staging area to start. We will go ahead and flip the mission card over. And it says, to the river. As you approach the location of a small raft stashed on the riverbank, a fearsome hill troll emerges from behind a grouping of rocks and attacks. When revealed, search the encounter deck for 1 hill troll, if one is not already in play, and place it in the staging area. Shuffle the encounter deck. We're going to need 8 progress points to move on to the next scenario card, and players cannot defeat the stage while any hill troll cards are in play. So we will search the encounter deck for a hill troll. There's one right there. And we're going to add it to the staging area. He has an engagement cost of 30 with 1 threat, 6 attack, 3 defense. He has 9 hit points. His trait box says excess combat damage dealt by hill troll. Damage that is dealt beyond the remaining hit points of the character damaged by its attack must be assigned as an increase to your threat. If we defeat him, he goes out of play into a victory card pile. He does not get shuffled back into, he does not go into the encounter deck to get shuffled back in if we were to run out of the encounter deck. We'll add him to the staging area and shuffle this deck. Now that that's shuffled, we'll go ahead and place that over here to the side. And now it's our resource phase. So we're going to draw a card, another Forest Snare, and each hero is going to get 1 resource. So we're going to play this card first, Unlikely Friendship between Legolas and Gimli. Play only if you control a unique character with a Sylvan trait and another unique character with a Dwarf trait. Action, draw a card, and add 1 resource to the resource pool of a hero you control. So we will go ahead and do that now. We will draw a card, not a steward. And then we will add a resource. We will add that to Aragorn. Next, we will play a Darren's Runes. We're going to draw 2 cards and then discard 1 card from your hand. I'm really trying to get Steward of Gondor to show up. Come on, Steward. Got a sneak attack. That's really good. And a sword that was broken. Attached to a hero, attached hero gains a leadership resource icon. If attached hero is Aragorn, each character you control gets +1 willpower. So this is a fantastic card if I can get it on to Aragorn, but I really need Steward to come out. I can't forget I have to discard a card from my hand now. As much as I like leather boots, and it's really good with this scenario because there's lots of locations, I think I'm going to go ahead and discard this because I like the other cards in my hand better. I am going to go ahead and play Blood of Numenor on to Aragorn, who is a Dunedain hero. And as an action, I can spend a resource from attached hero's resource pool to give attached hero +1 defense for each resource in its resource pool until the end of the phase. So that costs 0. And I'm also going to spend 2 spirit resources from Legolas to attach Unexpected Courage to Aragorn as well. Alright, I think that's all the cards that I want to play from my hand right now. So let's go to the questing phase. So I'm going to quest with Aragorn and then ready him immediately with Unexpected Courage. I'm going to quest with Legolas and Gimli, and I don't want to use Legolas' special ability to discard a card from my hand to ready another hero. So we're just going to go with this. So I'm at 2, 3, 4, 5. Currently in the staging area we have 6 because the brown lands are just a nasty card. So we're gonna quest unsuccessfully here, but that's okay. We get the Necromancer's Pass, and it has 3 threat. So the total threat in the staging area is 3, plus 5 is 8, plus 1 is 9, and the total willpower we committed was 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have to raise our threat by 4. So we'll go to 36. We are going to go ahead and travel to the Brownlands. And the Brownlands says, after the players travel to the Brownlands, place 1 progress token on it. So as soon as we travel there, we place 1 progress token on it, which fully explores it. So this will go to the discard pile. The Hill Troll has an engagement check of 30, and we are sitting at 36, so it will engage us this first turn. We will deal it an encounter, and then we're going to declare Aragorn as a defender, and we're going to spend 1 resource from his pool to give him +2 defense because he has 2 resources in his resources pool. So he has 4 defense currently. So the Hill Troll is swinging for 6. Aragorn is blocking with 4. No shadow attack. So 6 minus 4, Aragorn takes 2 damage. I have no heroes ready, so we will go ahead and move to the refresh phase. I will unexhaust all my characters. And I will raise my threat by 1. Alright, resource phase, we will draw a card. We got a Hiddenmouth River Song, it's very good. I will give 1 resource to each hero. And then looking at my cards, I will definitely play a Forest Snare. It is a 3 cost, it is a lore attachment. Attached to an enemy engaged with a player, attached enemy cannot attack. So we will go ahead and spend 3 lore from Aragorn to attach this to the Hill Troll. We will then spend 3 leadership from Gimli to play the sword that was broken. It's an attachment onto Aragorn. Aragorn's going to gain a leadership resource icon, and each character I control is going to get +1 willpower. With that, we are ready to quest, so I will go questing with Aragorn and ready him immediately. I will quest with Legolas and Gimli. So that gives us a total questing of 2, 3, 4, 5. And then don't forget, this artifact says that each character that I control gets +1 willpower. So I'm at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm questing for 8. We will reveal the top card of the encounter deck. It is the Misty Mountain Goblins. Forced. After Misty Mountain's Goblins attacks, remove 1 progress token from the current quest. But it's 2 threat. I quested for 8. There is 5 threat in the staging area. So I make 3 progress on the main quest. I will go ahead and travel to the Necromancer's Pass, and in order to do that, the first player must discard 2 cards from his hand at random to travel here. I'll shuffle my hand. A Forest Snare and a Hit-a-Mouth. Engagement checks. The Misty Mountain Goblins has an engagement of 15. We are sitting at 37, so it will come down to attack us. We will deal it a shadow card. Aragorn is my only readied hero, so I will exhaust him, and he's defending for 2. Attacking enemy gets +1 attack, +3 if this attack is undefended. Alright, so he's attacking for 3, -2 defense from Aragorn. Aragorn takes a damage. And after this guy attacks, we're going to remove 1 progress token from the current quest. So we'll go from 3 progress to 2 progress. All my characters are exhausted, so we will go ahead and refresh them. Raise our threat by 1. And draw a card. Hey, Gandalf. As well as give each hero a resource. Alright, looking at my hand, I don't want to play the sneak attacking Gandalf yet because I want to save him for the combat phase. I only have 2 spirit resources currently. I really want to get Northern Tracker into play, but I just can't yet. So we're not going to play any cards. I am going to quest with everyone though. So we're questing with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 from the artifact that is attached to Aragorn. And I will go ahead and spend Unexpected Courage, exhaust it, to ready Aragorn. So we are questing for 8. Draw the top of the card from the encounter deck. When revealed, each player raises his threat by 1 for each character he controls that is not currently committed to the quest. Well, thankfully, all my characters are committed to the quest. Aragorn might be ready, but by exhausting this to ready him, that did not uncommit him from the quest. He's still committed to the quest. So that's fantastic. So we quested for 8 willpower. There's nothing in the staging area, so we make 8 progress. So we will place 2 on the active location, and that clears this. And then we will put 6 on the main quest. That gives us 8 total progress, which is enough to hit this number, but the players cannot defeat this stage while any hill troll cards are in play, and currently we have a hill troll sitting right here, so we need to defeat this before we can move on. We can't travel anywhere. There are no enemies in the staging area, so we skip the encounter phase. For the combat phase, I'm going to go ahead, deal 1 shadow card to each enemy, and then I have a player action window, so I am going to play this event, which is an action. I'm going to spend 1 leadership resource from Gimli to put 1 ally card into play from your hand. At the end of the phase, if that ally is still in play, return it to your hand. So I'm going to put Gandalf into play for 1 of Gimli's resources. Sneak attack goes to my discard pile. When Gandalf comes into play, I'm going to deal 4 damage to an enemy. I'm going to deal it to the hill troll. Gandalf will defend against Misty Mountain Goblins, who's attacking for 2. So we will exhaust Gandalf. There is no shadow effect, so 2 minus 4. Gandalf takes no damage. Aragorn is ready. So Aragorn will attack for 3, minus 1 defense. 2 damage will go on this Misty Mountain Goblins. And I can't forget that after he attacked, we remove 1 progress from the current quest card. And then this shadow card is just discarded because he does not attack. That is the end of the combat phase. So Gandalf will come back to my hand, and we will go ahead and refresh, up our threat, and we will start the next round. Each hero will get a resource, and I will draw a card. Ranger Spikes. I can play this into the staging area unattached. If unattached, attach Ranger Spikes to the next eligible enemy that enters the staging area. Players do not make engagement checks against attached enemy. An attached enemy gets -2 threat. So for questing, I'm going to send Aragorn and Legolas, and that's going to be a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because 1 each additional for the artifact attached to Aragorn. We'll draw a card from the encounter deck. Each location in the staging area gets +1 threat until the end of the phase. Then each player with a threat of 35 or higher chooses and discards one card from his or her hand. So looking at my hand, I want both of these. I really like these, especially for the next stage in the quest. But I like these cards more. So we're going to get rid of Ranger Spikes. We quested for 5. There's 0 in the staging area. So we will add another 5 to the main quest. Moving to encounter phase, there are no enemies to look for engagement checks, so we'll move to the combat phase. The Hill Troll and the Misty Mountain Goblins will both get a shadow card. He won't obviously use his. The Misty Mountain Goblin is going to attack for 2. I'm going to declare Gimli as a defender. I'm going to spend 1 resource to ready Legolas, and then I'm going to exhaust Unexpected Courage to ready Aragorn. So he's attacking for 2. Gimli is defending for 2. No shadow effect, so no damage. And I really need to start working on this Hill Troll. Additionally, when I did that, readying Legolas, if that hero is Legolas, he gets +1 attack until the end of the phase. So Legolas is actually attacking for 4, plus the 3 of Aragorn is 7 attack. 7 minus 3 defense for the Hill Troll is 4 more damage, giving it 8 of the 9 damage on the Hill Troll that we need to defeat it with. Also, when the Misty Mountain Goblin attacked, we need to remove 1 progress point from the main quest. We still have enough. With that, we will unexhaust our characters, going to the refresh phase. This will get discarded. That should have been discarded at the end of the combat phase. We will raise our threat by 1 to 40. And then we will move to the resource phase. Gimli gets 1. Legolas and Aragorn. We will draw a card. Arwen. Ooh, she's good. So looking at I have 4 spirit resources. I have 3 green as well as leadership because of the artifact on Aragorn. And I have 1 leadership here. So I am going to spend 4 spirit from Legolas to put Northern Tracker into play. He has a response. After Northern Tracker commits to a quest, place 1 progress token on each location in the staging area. So we'll place him down by spending 4. For questing, I'm going to send Aragorn and then ready him right away. So he's questing with 3. And we will send Legolas, who's at 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the artifact. We get Wargs. Forced. If Wargs is dealt a shadow card with no effect, return Wargs to the staging area after it attacks. Alright, so 2 threat. We had 5 willpower, so we make 3 progress. We'll add that to the main quest. Engagement checks. Going to an engagement phase. The Wargs has a 20 engagement check. We are sitting at 40 threat, so it will engage us. We will deal encounter cards. I am going to defend with Gimli from the Warg's attack, and I will spend a resource to ready Legolas, giving him +1 attack. So Gimli is defending with 2. The Wargs is attacking for 3. No shadow effect, so Gimli takes 1 damage. But what makes these guys so annoying is that since there was no shadow effect on that card, he goes back to the staging area. So we can't attack him. The Northern Tracker will defend against the Misty Mountain Goblins, and I'll go ahead and remove a progress from the main quest before I forget. No shadow effect, so attacking for 2. Defending for 2, so no damage. We'll go ahead and discard this shadow effect from the Hill Troll. So Legolas is swinging for 4. The Hill Troll has a defense of 3, so we will exhaust Legolas to do 1 damage, which kills the Hill Troll. So it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The Hill Troll goes out of play It does not go to the encounter discard pile because it has a victory trait at the very bottom right of the card. And since we met the conditions of this card, we will automatically advance to the next stage right now. We will remove all the progress. After defeating the troll, you are able to board the raft and embark upon a river voyage. As you depart, your enemies pursue, harassing the small vessel as you attempt to navigate the river. As your enemies harass the raft, it is difficult to maintain balance and effectively fight them off. Reveal one additional card from the encounter deck each quest phase. Do not make engagement checks during the encounter phase. Each player may still optionally engage one enemy each encounter phase. We need 16 progress. Going back to the combat phase, because that just got interrupted by us fulfilling that quest, we will go ahead and exhaust Aragorn, who's swinging for 3 against 1 defense from the Misty Mountain Goblins, putting 2 more damage on it, giving it a total of 4, which kills the Misty Mountain Goblins. And with that, we will go ahead and unexhaust our characters and cards. We will raise our threat by 1 to 41. And then we will go to the resource phase, giving each hero a resource and drawing a card. Forest Snare. You know what? We're going to go ahead and play Gandalf, spending the full 5, 4 from Aragorn and 1 from Gimli. And we're going to put him into play. And we're going to choose to draw 3 cards because we really need a Steward of Gondor to come out. 1, 2, 3. Unexpected Courage, Darren's Runes, and Deep Knowledge. So we're going to go ahead and play both of these cards, but let's play this one first. So Deep Knowledge, I have to raise my threat by 2, but each player draws 2 cards. So put on the discard pile, raise my threat by 2, but I get to draw 2 cards. Ranger Provisions, attach to a location, limit 1 per location. After attached location is explored, the first player adds 1 resource to each of his hero's resource pools. And a Test of Will, cancel the when revealed effects of a card just revealed from the encounter deck. And now I'm going to play Darren's Runes to draw 2 cards and then discard 1 from my hand. So I get another Northern Tracker and another Sneak Attack. So looking at my cards, I think I'm going to discard this Ranger Provisions. And I still have 1 Spirit resource to play a Test of Will in case we draw a Treachery. Alright, so we're going to quest really, really hard, trying to push our way through down the river. So Gandalf's going to quest, Northern Tracker's going to quest, and if there had been any locations in the staging area, we would have placed 1 progress token on it. Aragorn's going to quest, Legolas is going to quest, and Gimli's going to quest. And I think I will trigger his ability to ready Gimli, giving him +1 willpower, but I have to discard a card from my hand. So I'm going to discard Arwen. I'm then going to exhaust Unexpected Courage to ready Aragorn. And so now we're sitting at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 from Legolas's special ability, and then from Aragorn's artifact, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we are questing for 16, but we have to reveal 2 cards from the encounter deck. The Brown Lands, that's terrible, with 5 threat. When revealed, the first player chooses 1 character currently committed to the quest and deal 2 damage to that character. Well, I'm going to choose Gandalf, but this puts 2 threat in the staging area. So 2 damage will go on Gandalf. So we quested for 16. The total threat is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That gives us a total of 7 progress on this quest. We will go ahead and travel to the Brownlands. We've seen this before, so we're going to place 1 progress token on it, getting rid of it. And then per the scenario quest rules, these guys are not going to make engagement checks, so they're going to stay up there because we're on a raft in the middle of the river. But we can optionally engage one of them. So we're going to optionally engage these Dol Guldur orcs, who has 2 threat, 2 attack, 0 defense, and 3 hit points. So we're going to give it a shadow card. Gimli is going to defend with 2 defense. So attacks for 2. No shadow effect, so Gimli protects himself. No damage. We're then going to exhaust Aragorn, who's attacking for 3. 3 minus 0 is 3 damage. These guys are toast. Alright, we are going to go to the refresh phase. I will refresh my characters and cards. Gandalf will go away. We will raise our threat by 1. And at this point, I am going to use Aragorn's special ability. During the refresh step, the phase, we can reduce your threat to your starting level. So I'm going to move this to 32. Resource phase, we're going to get a resource for each character. And we're going to draw a card. Another Ranger Provisions. I am not going to play any cards, so I'm going to go questing. We're going to go questing hard again. So we will quest with everyone, and then I will trigger Legolas's ability, and I will discard the Ranger Provisions to ready Gimli, giving him +1. I will go ahead and unexhaust Aragorn. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another one for Legolas' special ability. That's 7. And then 8, 9, 10, 11. Due to sword that was broken. Each character you control gets +1 willpower. So we're questing for 11. We're going to draw 2 cards. Despair, remove 4 progress tokens from the current quest card. So I'll remove a 5 and put 1 back on there. So currently we have 3 on the progress. Alright, second card. Chief Uftak. Chief Uftak gets +2 attack for each resource token on him. After he attacks, place 1 resource token on him. He's at 2. So we have 4 in the staging area, 4 threat. We have 11 willpower. So we make 7 progress on there. I'm going to change out 3 of these for a 3. So we're at a total of 10 of the 16 needed. I'm going to go ahead and pull the wargs down to hopefully they'll get a shadow effect. So Gimli is going to exhaust, and I'm going to spend a resource to ready a hero. I'm going to spend it to ready Legolas, giving him +1 attack. The warg is attacking for 3. Deal X shadow cards to this attacker. X is the number of players in the game. So we're going to deal 1 more card to the wargs. No treachery, so he's attacking for 3. Gimli is defending for 2, so Gimli takes 1 damage. But more importantly, he stays engaged with us, not in the staging area. So now I'm going to swing with Legolas and Aragorn for a total of 7. 4 from Legolas, he gets 3 + 1 from Gimli, and 3 from Legolas. So 7 minus 1 is 6 damage, so these wargs are dead. Okay, we will go ahead and unexhaust. We will raise our threat by 1. And then we will go to the resource phase, giving each hero a resource and drawing a card. Another Arwen, perfect. So I'm going to play Arwen from my hand for 2 spirit resources. So I'm going to quest with Arwen, Northern Tracker, Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli. I'm going to discard a card from my hand, Unexpected Courage, to ready Gimli, giving him +1 willpower. So we're at a total of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then for the artifact, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I will also go ahead and ready Aragorn by exhausting Unexpected Courage. So my +1 defense is going to go to Gimli from Arwen. So we're going to draw 2 cards. Oof, a Hill Troll. And Eastern Crows, which surges, which means I have to draw another card. Evil Storm. Deal 1 damage to each character controlled by each player with a threat of 35 or higher. Thankfully, we're at 33, so that whiffs. So we quested for 14. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we make 10 progress on the scenario. So we're currently at 10. Plus another 10 is 20, so that is enough to advance to the next stage. The ongoing harassment from your enemies has forced your raft to the shore, and you must now confront their ambush head-on. If you survive this attack, the path to the Golden Wood should be open before you. When revealed, reveal 2 encounter cards per player and add them to the staging area. Skip the staging step of the quest phase for the remainder of the game. Once there are no enemies in play, the players have won the game. We need 0 progress. So we will reveal 2 additional cards. We have the East Bite and the Necromancer's Reach. When revealed, deal 1 damage to each exhausted character. That's not going to happen. So we are going to pay 1 spirit resource from Legolas to play a Test of Will, which cancels the when revealed effects of a card that was just revealed from the encounter deck. While we're here, we're going to go ahead and travel to the East Bite, making this the active location, getting this threat out of the staging area. And now we go to the encounter phase. Only the Hill Troll and the Eastern Crows are going to come down and engage with me. My threat is at 33, so Chieftain Uftak doesn't come down yet. So we are going to deal them shadow cards. And then I'm gonna pay 1 resource from leadership to play sneak attack to put an ally card into play from your hand. So pay that from Gimli to play a Northern Tracker who's going to come in here and defend against the Hill Troll. So the Northern Tracker will exhaust to defend. The Hill Troll is swinging for 6. Remove 1 progress from the current quest. 3 progress tokens instead if this attack is undefended. Well, we have no progress, so nothing goes there. So 6 minus 2 is 4. So unfortunately, the Northern Tracker goes bye-bye, and we raise our threat by 1 for the excess damage dealt. I'm going to take this attack from the Eastern Crows undefended. So hopefully that there's not any nasty shadow effects. So it's attacking for 1, and there's no shadow. So we'll discard that. So I need to place 1 damage on a hero. I will go ahead and place it on Legolas. Aragorn and Gimli are unexhausted, but I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of these crows. When the crows are defeated, we're going to shuffle them back into the encounter deck. So we will go ahead and move to the next round. I will refresh my characters and cards. I will raise my threat by 1 to 35. I will draw a card, Asphalloth, and I will give a resource to each hero. First thing I want to do is play a forest snare using 3 of Aragorn's resources to attach to an enemy engaged with a player. Attached enemy cannot attack. So spend all 3 from Aragorn to place this on the Hill Troll. We're going to go questing. We know that there's no more cards that are going to be added to the staging area, so I just need to match Chief Utak's threat of 2. So we're just going to exhaust Arwen to willpower for 2, and then we're going to give the boost to the Northern Tracker. After that, we're going to do engagement checks. The Chief Utak comes down since I have 35. And then we're going to deal each enemy an encounter card. I'm going to exhaust with my Northern Tracker with 3 defense. Chief Uftak is going to say choose and discard 1 attachment from the defending character. If this attack is undefended, discard all attachments you control. That would have been terrible. But I have no attachments with my defending character, so he is swinging for 3. Minus 3 because the 2 plus 1 from Arwen, so no damage. I forgot to ready Aragorn up from last round, so we're going to swing with Gimli, Legolas, and Aragorn for a total of 2 plus 3 is 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 minus 3 defense is 5 damage, so close. And with that, we will go ahead and refresh to the next round. We will raise our threat by 1. Give each hero a resource. And draw a card. Ooh, Master of the Forge. Alright, so with that, I think I don't want to play any cards. I just want to get to moving here. So I'm not going to send anyone questing because I don't have to. The quest phase is still going to happen. It's just there's going to be a total threat of 0 in the staging area, and I'm going to commit to the quest 0, so it's not going to be successful, it's not going to be unsuccessful. I don't have to raise my threat, and I don't place any progress on their current location. So when he attacked, he also got a resource on him, so he's about to swing for 5. So I am going to give both of these shadow cards, and I'm going to have Arwen defend. So he's attacking for 3 plus this. Let me show you. So he's attacking for 3, and then he has a resource icon on him, so he gets another +2, so he's attacking for 5. Attacking enemy gets +1, so he's attacking for 6. Poor Arwen. That's okay, we'll get our revenge here in a second. Arwen has been defeated. We're going to exhaust the Northern Tracker and Gimli, and that's 2 plus 2 attack, that's 4 total, minus 3 is 1. And technically he should have had another resource token on him, but he's going to get 1 more damage on him, which puts him at 6, and that will defeat Chieftain Uktuk. This card does have a victory number in here, so this does not go in the encounter discard pile. It goes out of play in the victory display. And then we will exhaust Aragorn and Legolas for a total of 6 damage. We can just go ahead and discard that. 6 minus 3 is 3 damage that goes on him. And with that, we're ready to start the next round. So we will ready our characters and cards. We will raise our threat. We will Steward of Gondor. There you are, finally. We will resource it up. Not that we're going to need it. We will go ahead and quest with none of them, and so we just won't gain any progress on the active location, and we won't gain any threat. So he gets an encounter card, which doesn't matter because he can't attack. So I am going to exhaust all my characters to finish him off. So 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 3 is 8, plus 2 is 10. 10 minus 3 is 7. And that gives him a total of 10 damage on the hilt roll, so he has been defeated. And per the scenario card, once there are no enemies in play, the players have won the game. So with that, we are 2 scenarios in. We're looking pretty good. I will say the next scenario is one of the hardest scenarios ever released in Lord of the Rings Living Card Game, and it happened to come in the core box. It is especially hard solo, and so I will give it a chance. I will try it. I will show you kind of what it looks like, but the chances of me winning is probably like at 2%. So we'll give it a shot. We'll play it once. We'll record it. We'll see what happens, but I'm just going to skip it after that, and we will move on to the Shadows of Mirkwood Adventure Pack series. I really like the story. We're going to be following, trying to find Gollum using our tracking skills to try to find clues of him, and then just work our way through the Mirkwood area trying to find Gollum so that we can bring him back to King Thranduil. So with that, I hope you enjoyed this, and stay tuned for more Lord of the Rings episodes as well as other videos.